Well, good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Village Board meeting for June 13th tonight, and I will ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Deputy Mayor Nero.
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Barker.
Here.
Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Guzzo.
Here.
Trustee Little.
Here.
Trustee Nero.
Here.
Trustee Simonovich.
Here.
Village Manager May.
Here.
Assistant Village Manager Parker.
Here.
And we'll stop with that.
Thank you. All right. Well, tonight, if everybody could join, and Trustee Brady's going to lead us in the pledge.
Tomorrow is June 14th is Flags Day. It is the also the 249th birthday of the United States Army. So let's say a pledge allegiance to our great nation. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Brady. I don't believe we have anything for open forum, but no, we do not, so we're going to get right into reports. Our mayor is absent tonight, so you get the B team filling in, but we'll get right through it with my items first. For Public Works, just a couple of things. Our next meeting is June 27th, 4:30, right here at Village Hall. And although we didn't have cruising nights tonight, but mark your calendars, Westmont Public Works Cruising Night, Truck Night is July 18th. That's a good week, right around someone's birthday, so it's going to be a big night. And as always, check out construction updates on our website. We have a real good detailed GIS map link on the main page that provides a lot of information. And that is all I have. And we'll keep going to the clerk.
Okay. I'll give you some public information, Committee Chair. Village offices closed Wednesday, June 19th. Offices will be closed to the public. Community garbage sales, this year's event will be August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Details are posted on the village website.
Thank you. Trustee Guzzo.
Thank you. We had our Fire Public Safety Committee meeting prior to this meeting, and I have a lot to report. First off, I want to congratulate Service Award winners, Battalion Chief Arnold Nolan for 30 years of service, Fire Inspector Kevin Sievert for 20 years of service, and then there was also a Life Saving Award. And I want to thank the following individuals. On 2/25/24, the following members revived a newborn baby at a residence, and it's going to be AC/DC telecommunicator Abigail Medina, Battalion Chief Tom Bills, Lieutenant Keith Wansowski, Firefighter Evan Lilly, Firefighter Amon Matthews, Lieutenant Andrew Bushy, and Paramedic Bianca Ballas. So I want to thank them for their efforts. And congratulations on that award and being able to save that newborn baby. And then we had some retirements. Battalion Chief Tom Bills will retire on June 24th, 2024. And Lieutenant Burton Chait retired on May 21st, 2024. Both members were 27-year members and they will be missed. And then we had several promotions. The first ones to the rank of lieutenant are firefighter Travis Chin, fire medic Chad Raup, Fire Medic Andrew Bushy. Then promoted to the rank of captain, we had Lieutenant Daryl Parrish and Lieutenant Chris Gerlich. And promoted to the rank of Battalion Chief, Captain Joe Newton. And promoted to the rank of Deputy Fire Chief, Tom Frank. I want to congratulate all of those members of the Westmont Fire Department. In addition, at tonight's meeting, we talked about the fire station updates. We talked about a downtown incentive program with Fire Life Safety. We were told that currently for the year, the fire department has responded to 2,474 calls. That is an 11.3 increase from last year. And one more thing, the Westmont Cruising Nights Fire Truck Night will be Thursday, August 1st. Everyone is invited. Mark your calendars. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. On to the next one. Trustee Brady.
The Planning and Zoning Committee met on June 12th to consider a temporary park in the downtown area, which is on tonight's board agenda. Regarding the summer murals program, businesses who would like to participate in the window murals program can sign up on the Westmont Special Events website at westmontevents.com. Also, earlier this week, the Westmont Police Department conducted a picnic for the Alumni Association. It was conducted at Lions Park, had a good attendance, and had a lot of food there. So thank you, Chief Raymer. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Over to this side, Trustee Barker.
Thank you, Trustee Nero. One simple announcement today. There's a tree planting incentive program, and those details are on the village website. So if anybody's interested in planting trees on their property, once the cicadas leave, we have an incentive program for that. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Little.
Thank you. The Administration Finance Committee, the next meeting will be July 25th at 4:30 right here in Village Hall. GFOA Award, the village first received this award for fiscal year 2004, and since that time has earned numerous awards by maintaining its commitment to excellence in financial reporting. Congratulations to the Finance Department for this accomplishment. Cruising Nights, week 1 was a huge success with total car count of 439 vehicles. Cruising Night continues every Thursday in June, July, and August. Unfortunately, tonight's was canceled. Even though we can see blue skies, it was due to threatening weather earlier on. So more information is available on the Westmont Events website, which is westmontevents.com. And the Taste of Westmont is only 4 weeks away. This year, everything starts on Thursday night, including the music and the main stage, the beer tent, and food vendors. Details are on the Westmont Special Events website, westmontevents.com, and we are looking for volunteers to sign up, and I'm hoping that we'll get a lot of people to, go to our website and sign up to volunteer to help us out at anything and everything that we can do, which is the beer tent and the carnival and so on and so on. So everybody turn out and enjoy the events. Thank you, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Trustee Little. Last but not least, Trustee Simonovich.
Thank you. The Police Public Safety Committee will meet next on July 11th at 4:30 p.m. here at Village Hall. The Westmont Cruising Nights Police Car Night will be next Thursday, June 20th. And then the Kids Safety Camp will be held August 6th, 7th, and 8th. The sign-up and details are on the village website for those interested in that program. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving right on. Are there any items to be removed from our consent agenda tonight? Hearing none, I'll turn over to Manager May to run through it.
This evening, the consent agenda begins with Village Board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes of the Village Board meeting held May 30th, 2024. Next is Finance Ordinance Number 4 in the aggregate amount of $2,318,141.96. There are 3 purchase orders. First one is Walter Incorporated, $30,224.96. This is for equipment for the records room, in the police department, the records room remodel. Next purchase order is Modern Builders and Design LLC, $27,399. That's for work on the bay floors in the police fire facility on North Cass. Last purchase order is Beecher Emission Solutions Technologies LLC, $69,972. This is a diesel exhaust system for 7 of the fire apparatus vehicles that are mounted directly to the vehicle to eliminate the need for the in-bay system, and it just stays with the vehicle, so it's nice. Some are already equipped with it. But those 3 purchase orders total $127,595.96. Then together with Finance Ordinance Number 4 is $2,445,737.92. We have one community event, which is the 2024 Independence Day celebration. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following requests from the Westmont Park District regarding the annual 4th of July celebration at Time Warner Park. First is the special event traffic plan. Second, fireworks permit fee waiver, amplified sound permit. 4 is the tent permit fee waiver, and 5 is the temporary liquor license fee waiver. This is on the consent agenda because there are no substantive changes from the reoccurring event every year. And that concludes the consent agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second, Barker.
Any questions or comments? All right, a roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes.
trustee Brady,
Yes.
trustee Nero,
Yes.
trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
And trustee Simonovich, I'm sorry.
Thank you, yes.
All right, motion passes. Moving right on to new business. First item, A, increase in available massage establishment licenses. Board to consider an ordinance increasing the number of available massage established licenses by one for Xing Fu Spa, 1123 Fairview Avenue, right here in Westmont. I will hand it over to Deputy Liquor Commissioner Mulhern.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Nero and Village Board. Board is asked to consider an ordinance. Xing Fu Spa has submitted an application for a massage establishment license. A background review has been conducted on the owner and nothing was located that would prevent the issuance of a massage establishment license. With me here today is the applicant, Jing Wang, and her son Benjamin, who will do most of the speaking for Jing due to a language type barrier. But they are applying. Detective Newton from the police department did the review. It was turned over to the police chief for his review, then to the village manager for his review, and they all came back positive, so everything was looking good. They are eligible to receive a license. This is not Ms. Wang's first location. She's held places in Mokina, Frankfurt, Naperville, other towns. Detective Newton checked and all were good, no violations, no problems. So they are going to go into 1123 Fairview Avenue. So I'm available for any questions if you may have any, but I would like to turn it over to Benjamin Wang so he can explain to you what the business will be like.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ben, and this is my mother. We are planning to have the massage place at 1123 Fairview Avenue, and my mom will be here because of the language barrier. She will be actually introducing what is going on. I'll be interpreting while she's speaking. 你可以用中文说，妈妈。
Good afternoon, everybody. 我名字叫王静，我要申请这个地方做 massage， 让我的儿子帮我翻译。
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jing Wang. I want to apply this massage spa at 1223 Fairview Avenue, Westmont, and here is my son translating for me. 可以说用途了。
I want to use the space, open a massage spa. We provide body massage, head massage, feet massage, and also we do the after exercise the muscle relaxing and stretching, and we do relax massage for pregnant lady also. Yeah, I have a spa in Mokina. There is open 3 years and. When running is good, we have good review from the customer. We keep the 5-star review. Yeah, I hope in Westmont we do very good business here. Have some questions?
Currently, she doesn't need my translation, but yeah.
You were ready, though.
We're open for questions.
Great.
Hours of operation.
Absolutely. 时间。
We open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it appointments or is it just walk-in?
Oh, first time I don't know how much customer will come inside. So for the first 6 months, I think only me do massage for customer. Before Tom told me, thank you. I need one person help me answer the
Appointments.
answer the appointment. Yeah.
Staff has explained to them that they need to, by ordinance, if they have someone watching the front door, it just can't be her doing the door and then doing the massages. She has to have at least 1 to 2 more people. If the employees that she hires are going to be doing any type of massages, they have to do a background. The village requires a background check. They are already licensed as she is, so that by the state, they're licensed by the state, not by the village. And she understands it and knows that, so right now to get the business going. And we've had it with other businesses too, that when they open, we make sure, and then the police department, I've talked to Chief Gunther, between the two of us, we'll do checks to make sure that they are in compliance. If not, we have remedies for that.
Thank you, sir. And also to answer the gentleman's question, we will be opening for appointments and walk-in. But since my mom said in the beginning 3 months, we're not sure how many people will be actually knowing our store for appointments. So mainly we're assuming we'll be walk-in for the first 3 to 6 months,
So your mom has to stay there all day, 7 days a week?
possibly.
Okay.
Do you do that now in Mokina? Is she doing that now?
Yeah. Besides today afternoon, she has to be here, but most of the time she's spending her time in Mokina.
Mokina, we have three people, five people work right now. Every day, three people work there. 每天都有3个人在那儿工作，我不需要在那儿工作啊。
So in the beginning of the Mokina, that's what she did, like for the beginning, maybe a year and so. Actually, every day, 7 days a week, besides like Christmas, New Year's Eve, those days. But right now, as the routines are being built, we have currently 5 employees, and 3 of them will always stay on site. That's also the plan we have with Westmont. For the beginning of the time, she'll be here almost, if not 7 days a week, probably 7 days a week if there's no emergency calling for my father. But most of the time, she'll be there, and also as time goes on, she knows how many customers as they'll be walking in every week. She's starting recruiting more people.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Do you know when you plan to open?
As soon as we got permitted from the city.
They will not only have the license here, but they have to get a business license, and there's certain physical requirements for build-out that this type of establishment must have. So once they finish that and it's approved by, I think, either code enforcement or one of the inspectors, then they're free to open for the public.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Little?
Second.
Second, Amy. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Trustee Little? Yes. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Newman?
Yes. Congratulations. Thanks for
Thank
choosing
you.
Thank you.
Westmont.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
All right, moving on to B, temporary public park, 109 North Cass Avenue. Board to consider an ordinance approving requests by the Village of Westmont regarding the property at 109 North Cass Avenue for a temporary public park as follows. I will turn over to Director Hennefine.
Thank you, Trustee Nero. Thank you, Board. So what's before you tonight is 3 considerations. So this is 109 North Cass. Everyone knows it as the Toon Lot. So the village purchased this several years ago at this point. We took down the building. We filled it with grass. So now what is looking to be done is the village is looking to utilize the site while it's sitting as a kind of a dormant site. So what the request is for a temporary park. That involves a special use permit request. This is a special use to have a governmental use on this property. Site and landscape approval for what the improvements want to be on that property. And then this is still in our downtown, and everything in our downtown needs a B1 development permit. This went through planning and zoning just last night. It received a positive recommendation. We did not have we had a quorum, but not everyone was sitting, so I can't say unanimous, but everyone did vote for it that was there last night. We did have one resident, a business resident from the property to the north that spoke in support of the use, and I have John Yater here, who did the presentation, if you'd like to ask him up, and so he can explain what the park entails.
It sounds like a good idea. What an awesome project. John, you want to come up and tell us a little about what you got in store? This is great to see we're doing these. I remember, I think Trustee Barker brought it up months ago, and it's our first one, so this is great.
Yeah, we had mentioned a few different options, and going through the process with both the Park District, the Chamber of Commerce, and Community Development, it was decided that the Toon Lot was the most appealing. It's centrally located within the Central Business District. It's the larger of most of the sites that we have, and it seemed to be the most useful just by location. So it abuts the parking lot that used to abut Toon Lot, obviously, but currently it's basically just flat and grass. what we'd like to do, if you can see, is there any way we can get this up on the main screen? IT? There we go. So if you can see by the site design here, you'll have essentially two main entrances. This is off of Cass Avenue, if you can't see it. It kind of loops in. We're going to recycle the old Westmont arches from what is now James Addington Plaza, but it used to be just the plaza where the fountain was. So that'll be repurposed. Most everything on this site will be repurposed. Donated benches. There'll be a shade shelter with some picnic tables, possibly some bag games on the north side. And then the path meanders back to what is essentially an organic kids' play area.
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
And then that back section will be bordered by a shrub border. It's very simple. We're trying to keep the costs low on it. Most everything that's going into it's going to be repurposed, aside from some plant materials that we need to buy. There'll be a few trees installed. Other than that, yeah, it's a pretty simple design. We feel like it's going to be very useful in that site for car shows, Taste of Westmont, at least temporarily until something is decided for the development of that entire area. So, anybody have any questions?
Awesome.
Picture shows donated benches.
Yes, ma'am.
Where will they come from?
The Park District.
Oh.
So they actually have a kind of a decent storage of things that they've taken out of other parks. We've considered some playground material that they have coming out as well, but I think we're going away from that to go with a more organic approach in the back. But the benches and the picnic tables and things that'll be coming primarily from the Park District.
Thank you.
Question, what
Yes,
type
sir.
of trees are you gonna put in?
We haven't determined that yet, but my concern with the site in general is because it was all impervious surface, so hardscape prior, when we backfill, when the contractor backfilled everything, it's really hard clay. Even when it rains there, it still kind of holds water. It doesn't percolate down very fast. So we're gonna have to pick some really tough species that'll grow in a really terrible site, because this is gonna be that, so.
We've done that before, right?
And we do it all the time, so. I'd say we're pretty good at it, so.
I would just like to comment, John, take it back to the office, but the landscaping and the plantings around town are just starting to come together beautifully. Tree-lined streets and everything, so thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second?
Any other comments or questions?
There may be.
The bushes, that's gonna be small bushes along the Cass side?
No, the alley side, actually. So there's, this is the north side, and
Oh, north
essentially,
side, okay.
there's an apartment building to the north.
Okay, got it.
Business office. Their parking lot is back here, so we're looking to screen that a little bit. We're gonna screen the alley, and then screen the back side of our parking lot as well.
Who's gonna maintain that, the Park District?
Public Works, my division.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Just as a side comment to piggyback on what trustee Barker said, I've spoken with several people from outside Westmont, and they are amazed at the number of different tree varieties that we have in town. They're very, very tickled to see all the different types of trees, and it's like, wow, you drive around and you see all these different trees, and it's not like the same tree down this, down the streets like in other towns, so.
Decades
Very
in the
impressed.
making, the diversity that even we use, but what we require of developers, it's all that good work of the forester.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here longer than I'd like to admit, but it's kind of, I guess you can call yourself an old forester when you can climb trees you planted, right? But yeah, as Manager May mentioned, that diversity is something we've pushed for a long time, and I agree with Trustee Barker. You're starting to see it in, even some of the tree lines, streets, obviously, but some of them are starting to fill in and really starting to shade out some of those streets, kind of like the older parts of town, so.
Way back when
It's coming together.
when the village engineer was kind of the planner, and we had a list of species that was allowed. So they just went, which one was the cheapest one, and then how many ash trees did we end up with, right, so.
A lot. A lot.
Well, thank you, John. Awesome project. Let's get a roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes?
trustee Brady,
Yes.
trustee Simonovich,
Yes.
trustee Barker,
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes. All right, you got some work to do. Let's go get those benches.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks, John. All right, we're moving right on. C, Downtown Incentive Program for fiscal year 25A, annual budget and activity targets. Board to consider an ordinance adopting the fiscal year 25A Downtown Incentive Program, annual budget and activity targets. Director Henderfine.
Thank you, Trustee Nero. Thank you, Board. I'll try to cover everything, but without repeating myself from the previous discussion. So every year with this DIP program, the board adopts an ordinance that basically says how much money has been allotted, how do we want that money to be distributed, do we want to target any specific projects or tailor the grant program for the year. So there is $190,000 that was placed in the budget. $40,000 of that is actually carryover for projects that were awarded last year and still need to be paid out. So $150,000 of new money. What is proposed here is that we do two tiers. So the tier one, we did last year, those are $20,000 maximum grants. Tier two is $50,000 maximum grants. So we're opening up that second tier for potential funding. We propose $50,000 of that $150 goes towards tier one and $100,000 goes towards tier two. We wrote into this the ability after a certain period of time that money can start being moved around so that it's not just earmarked for one type of grant or another, because ultimately our goal is to get projects funded. We want to expend this money as much as possible in the grant year. We've added some revisions to target fire life safety on the east side of Cass. There's an additional cost to run a water line to be over there. We want to target that this year. We want to see projects come in. They're going to get a greater percentage of match if they come in this year. And then we also want to encourage sharing of water lines, which is sharing of resources, which is less impact on Cass Avenue, which is cost savings. So those folks that want to work together to share a water line have a genuine financial benefit in working together. So that's the basics of the program. I can answer any questions or elaborate as you need.
Thank you. I know we're all excited about it. Do we have a motion first? Then we'll get some questions if anybody has any.
Motion to approve Barker.
Second, Guzzo.
All right, any questions or comments?
Sir.
Yes, Trustee Burke.
I would just like to know if we have a mechanism to get this information to the downtown businesses sooner rather than later. Our goal is that they spend it all, right?
Yes.
And some.
So the goal is that the applications are available by July 1st. So I have a lot to work and do, a lot of work to do in the first 2 weeks to get the applications ready to go. And we'll start and work with Larry Forsberg to try to get that information out there. For the Tier 2 grants, it will be a window of 3 months to receive all applications. We will let them to be a bit underdeveloped, so haven't gone through planning and zoning yet, so that they can see if they can get an award based on their project. The Tier 1 projects, we might start seeing those come through for approvals fairly quickly because it's a first come, first served basis. So yes, we want to get the word out. Sometimes these projects do take a little bit of planning, so we do anticipate some that'll come in later, which is why we wanted the ability to move those funds around as necessary.
And lastly, thank you for all your work on this.
Then with that, and we started selling it last year so that they know that different tiers were coming up. And then as recently as this morning, there was the Downtown Westmont, Business Committee, and it was brought up again. So Larry is doing a good job of sharing that.
Yes.
In addition to Larry, can we maybe check with the other Larry McIntyre? I do think there's value in getting it out for the public to know
I
that.
think last year we did the same thing. We put a blast out. We had a webpage for it. It's still there with the last year's application. We'll do updates there.
I see towns doing this. It's a great positive thing.
Make sure we
to-
change the dates, right?
Yeah, just fix the dates, yeah. Any other questions or comments? I know we went through this at length at committee. I will entertain a roll call. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
All right, motion
Thank you very
passes.
much.
Here we go. Thank you, sir.
You.
Moving right on, D, approval of change order number 1, Phase 2 design engineering for Lincoln Street and 55th Street water main extensions. Board to consider an ordinance approving change order number 1 to Lincoln Street and 55th Water Main Extension Project, Phase 2 design engineering with Baxter and Woodman for the amount not to exceed $18,500, bringing the total project cost to not to exceed amount of $65,100. And we have our Public Works Director, Reese, here to fill us in a little bit more.
Good evening. This is to accommodate a village-requested change in scope for additional water main along 41st Street and Liberty Park. This is part of the whole ARPA funding proposal that we've been working on with DuPage County, whereas the county will be providing $700,000 in ARPA funding to start some construction of water main extensions up in that part of town. So,
Thank
any
you.
other questions?
Any questions for Director Reese? All right, I have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Little?
Second.
Second, all right. I know you guys are nervous about this project. All right. Any other questions or comments? Yes, sir.
So it's a future water main into Liberty Park, correct?
It's part of Liberty Park, but it's setting it up for the rest of Liberty Park. The bigger project we're not doing, we're just doing Lincoln and 41st Street, and there's actually another location that's part of this work. But if you, I don't know if you've read it yet, but the email earlier about December, meeting dates this was the project I was talking about, because on their end, they need certain commitments. They said no later than December 1st, but it's their own internal deadline. So if December 5th works for everybody, that's what prompted the email earlier.
Thank you.
Hearing nothing else, roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Zamanovich?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Thank you. All right, any miscellaneous items? We're getting there. Not hearing none. We do not have an executive session unless someone wants to yell at me, but I think we're okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Barker.
Second, Little?
All right, roll call.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
All right, meeting's adjourned. Yes.